basis of race, gender, mental health, or disability. For injustice is a scar on the soul of our nation, and I will fight it wherever it is found. So, for example, we will introduce the first new mental health bill for 30 years to put parity of esteem at the heart of treatment and end the stigma of mental illness once and for all. But most important of all, the government I lead will provide strong and stable leadership to see us through Brexit and beyond, tackling the long-term challenges we face and ensuring everyone in our country has the chance to get on in life. We need that strong and stable leadership now more than ever. For the next 5 years will be among the most challenging in our lifetime, a defining period for our nation, a turning point for Britain that will determine the kind of country we are and the kind of future the generations that come after us will see. That is why now, more than ever, Britain needs strong and stable government. Why now, more than ever, Britain needs strong leadership to make the most of the opportunities Brexit will bring. Now, more than ever, Britain needs a clear plan and the determination and the will to see it through. And it is why, in this election, more than in any before, it is time to put the old tribal politics behind us and to come together in the national interest, united in our desire to make a success of Brexit, united in our desire to get the right result for Britain. Because every vote for me and my team in this election will strengthen my hand in the negotiations to come. Every vote for me and my team will be a vote to get on with the job of delivering Brexit and delivering a stronger, more secure future for all. Every vote for me and my team will be a vote for a stronger, fairer, more prosperous Britain. And after all that has passed, that is a vision of the future that can bring us together. So I offer myself as your Prime Minister, with a resolute determination to get on with the job of delivering Brexit, optimism that I can get a deal that works for all, and confident in the belief we have the vision, the plan, and the will to use this moment to build a better Britain. With the right deal for Britain abroad, taking back control of our borders, our money, and our laws, and a better deal for ordinary working people at home. A modern industrial strategy to spread prosperity and opportunity around the country. Exploiting the opportunities of technology to attract the jobs of the future to Britain. Relief on family energy bills and the cost of living. More secure, well-paid jobs and new protections for workers. The chance to own a home and more affordable housing. A good school place for every child, with more money for schools every year. A strong economy to fund our NHS and give you the security you need. A stronger, fairer, more prosperous Britain that works for everyone, not just a privileged few. That is the goal, that is the plan, and now is the time. So join me on this journey. Come with me as I lead Britain. Strengthen my hand as I fight for Britain, and stand with me as I deliver for Britain. And with confidence in ourselves and a unity of purpose in our country, let us all go forward together. Now, I apologise because I see the media at the back of the room. Laura.
Thank you, Prime Minister. Laura Kunsberg, BBC News. You are ditching much of the manifesto that you and your party stood on just 2 years ago. More families, including traditional Tory voters, will have to pay more for elderly care. Many families will lose hot meals for their children at school, just at a time when people are feeling the pinch. You're pushing back balancing the books again, and your immigration proposals might cost billions to the economy. Now, when you put that all together, wouldn't some voters be quite entitled to conclude that adds up to quite a bleak picture that you're putting forward?
No, not at all. What I'm putting forward is a vision for opportunity and prosperity across the whole of the country for the future. I've been clear there are some hard choices that need to be taken. But actually, that's what strong and stable government and leadership is about. It's making sure we're honest with the public about the hard choices. But if you look at what we're doing, that first time ever, a proper plan, a long-term plan for social care to ensure that old people have dignity in old age, but a plan that is fair across the generations. Yes, ensuring that we're putting more money into our schools and giving every primary school child a breakfast before they start their school day to set their school day off well. Ensuring that we're putting more money into our NHS, as I say, the biggest ever investment in technology and buildings in our National Health Service. But you can only do that if we have a strong economy. And having that strong economy is central to what we as Conservatives do in government. And to do, we also need to make sure we get the Brexit negotiations right. So having that right leadership to take us in with a strong hand in the negotiations is so important. And that's why I say every vote for my team will strengthen my hand in those Brexit negotiations to get the best deal for Britain. Did I see Faisal there? Yes.
Sky News. Prime Minister, in the manifesto on page 36, you repeat, we continue to believe that the deal is a better than a bad deal for the UK. Is this document a mandate?
Issues like security and justice and home affairs. And on trade, we want that comprehensive free trade agreement that will be good for businesses here in the United Kingdom and good for jobs and good for ordinary working families here in the United Kingdom. Margaret Thatcher was a Conservative. I'm a Conservative. This is a Conservative manifesto. I think I saw Ben. Can I see Ben? Yes.
Thank you, Prime Minister. Ben Glaze from the Daily Mirror. You were elected in 2010 and 2015 on a promise to reduce net migration to the tens of thousands. That pledge is in the manifesto again today. You were Home Secretary between 2010 and 2016, and you didn't meet that pledge. Why should people believe that today?
Well, you're right. I was obviously working on this for 6 years as Home Secretary, and we saw the figures start to come down, then they went up again, now they've started to come down again. There is no single thing that you can do in relation to the net migration figures that is going to make all the difference. What you need to do is to be working at this issue constantly. And of course, what we will have when we leave the EU is the ability to put rules in for that part of the migration system that we haven't had the opportunity to control before, i.e. people coming from the European Union into the UK. I explained earlier why I think it's important that net migration should be at sustainable levels, because uncontrolled immigration has an impact on people, on public services, but also on people, particularly at the lower end of the income scale, in depressing wages and sometimes in displacing jobs. So that's why I think it is important that we maintain that commitment and continue to work on it. Yes, there was a hand that just went up at the back there.
Thank you.
Sorry, I can't see.
Louise Adamson, ARD German Television. I wanted to ask you what this manifesto tells us about you personally and your political philosophy.
Well, I think it tells me that I'm a good Conservative. And it tells you that I believe in ensuring we have a strong economy, that we have good public services funded from a strong economy, that we have opportunity for all. And crucially, I think that's the important thing here. I want to see Britain as a global Britain, standing tall in the world, trading around the world, taking our place in the world, but also a Britain where people in this country know that how far they go depends on them and their hard work and their talents. And was that Paul I saw somewhere? Paul?
Paul Wall from HuffPost. Prime Minister, Halifax voted 55% youth. And like many seats, Labour seats that you're targeting in this election, won't it be the case you do win these seats, those new MPs and voters will want to hold your feet to the fire to get a firm Brexit? And in that case, isn't David Cameron deluded to think the greater your majority, the chance of a soft Brexit?
Well, I don't talk in terms of a hard Brexit or a soft Brexit.